YouTube, man, we got this NBA draft made no sense. Look, before I start this video, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. If y'all didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Probably one of the only Nets fans on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Probably one of the only ones that's proud to, you feel me, claim my team. You know what I'm saying? Not a bandwagon, never been a bandwagon, been a Nets fan since 2012, since we moved to Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm forever ride for my squad. No, I'm not a Knicks fan. No, I'm not a fan of nobody else. I'm a fan of the Nets. My favorite player in the league is Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? And look, in my personal opinion, I think the Nets tanked the draft. I ain't gonna lie. I think we tanked the NBA draft. I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think it was possible to tank during the draft. I've never seen a team do some shit like that. Like, we have 20 plus picks in the next, I think, like 5 years. And I think we missed, respectfully, on every first round pick. I think we missed on all 5. I think we had five first rounders this year, and we missed on every single one of them. I think we missed on every single one, bro. Like, I don't think it's like, I mean, Yegor, Demin, he's cool. Who else did we get? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm gonna say Yegor is the first one that I feel like the one I gotta mention them like first, because I mean that was our first pick. That was what we had, what, 8th pick. That was the first pick. So I would, like, you know what I'm saying, that's the one that sets the tone for all the rest of the picks. But we got like 3 point guards that can't shoot. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck the Nets was thinking in all of our draft picks, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Marks knows something that we don't, and it'll all work out. And then maybe in like 5 years from now, like, as I said, I said it on a tweet. I said that the Nets was going to win a championship in the next 5 years. In 2030, we're going to be a contender. You know what I'm saying? I tweeted that shit out a couple days ago. Where did I tweeted this shit out a couple days ago. I said that in 2030, the Nets are going to be contenders. Where did I tweet this shit out at, bro? Yeah, right here. I said, give us till 2030, we legit contenders. Trust. You know what I'm saying? I thought the Nets was going to trade up and try to get Ace Bailey. I would have really loved if we would have did that, but it is what it is. But let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's see what we got.
We were told there could be insane trades on draft night. Not Dallas dealing Cooper Flag, but maybe the Spurs trade number 2. Definitely Sixers at 3. But no, the first trade we got all the way down at number 10, which we already knew about days before. So no big trades, but a lot of what we did get made 0 sense. So the draft starts and a fan yells this right before Adam Silver walks out. Dallas was right! So good. But the Mavs take Cooper Flag, and afterward Nico Harrison says he now hopes some of the public backlash against him dies down after trading.
Nico, why would you say that? Why would you hope that the fans forgive you? Why would you say that after y'all get Flag if you didn't know that y'all was gonna get Flag? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make sense why we would say something like that if you didn't have some sort of insight. I mean, as I said, it's a lottery, bro. Tanking doesn't, just because you tank doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get a top 3 pick. I mean, you have the highest odds to get a top pick, but just the same way if you bet on a plus 1,000 play that the plus 1,000 might hit, and then you bet on a plus 100 parlay and a plus 100 parlay misses. Odds, like, is all probability. There's always a chance that it can happen. It's just a lesser chance. You know what I'm saying? It's just less probable. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't make any sense to me why Nico would say some shit like this if he didn't have some sort of, like, you know what I'm saying, some knowledge on the back end that they was going to get the number 1 pick. I don't know, or top 3 pick or something. I don't know. It just don't make no sense.
Luka Doncic. Oh, really? Because you're so great at your job now, you lucked into the number 1 pick and took the obvious choice? Let's check in on the Mavs draft party to see how that worked out. But the Spurs did not trade the number 2 pick, even though Dylan Harper is the exact type of player they already have. In fact, they've got 2 of them. Rookie of the Year Steph Castle and De'Aaron Fox are both dynamic guards who can't shoot, but Harper could be better than both of them. He didn't reclassify. So. By the way, if somehow Dylan Harper wins Rookie of the Year, the Spurs will have back-to-back Rookies of the Year. But Philly shopped this number 3 pick and didn't like any of the offers they got, so they are going full 2 timeline with VJ Edgecombe. Yeah, but summer's here, and my favorite way to stay fit is to do a little working out, but I always dial in about the diet. My favorite meals that the channel 5% into a store, meal prep places. My Fit Foods is by H and much younger. So it is 30-something vets, Joel Embiid and Paul George, then much younger, Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and VJ. But 2 timelines suck. They should either trade Joel Embiid or look to deal a young guy, because you need to pick a path. Hornets draft Con Knipple, good shooter with size, we expected it, but at early. 5, a shock. Ace.
Way too early. I love Knipple. Real nice. I ain't gonna lie, he was tough. Played alongside Coop. Problem. I ain't gonna lie. I liked a lot of players that came out of Duke. I liked what's the name? Malowach. I was a fan of Malowach. I was a fan of Duke just period, but I was a fan of Malowach. I fucked with what's my son name? Proctor. I fucked with Proctor. Obviously I rocked with my dog Coop. Damn, what's bro off the bench? The freshman. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The freshman off of Duke that hit like, I think he hit like 7 threes. Or like I want to say it was like 7 threes in a game, but it was like 5 threes and a half. Fuck. I think it was against Auburn. Was it against Auburn? It was. Y'all know who I'm talking about, bro. The freshman off the bench for Duke. I don't know if he went to the league or not, but there was a couple players on Duke I fucked with. So I'm cool with Knipple, but I don't know why you would take him at the 5th pick though. 4th pick, 5th pick. I don't know why you would do that though, respectfully.
Bailey skipped workouts with NBA teams. He even scheduled one, plus dinner with the Sixers, and called 48 hours before and was like, hey, cancel the reservations. Why? Because Ace was trying to tank his own draft stock to fall to either DC, New Orleans, or Brooklyn. He feels like he could be a star, and those are the 3 best places for him. But at 5, the Jazz take Ace Bailey, and he hates it. They were like, look, we tanked all year trying to get Cooper Flag, fell down to 5, so like, dude then had maybe the most random quote of all time. What does this even mean?
There was a lot of speculation that built up in your draft process. You know, you seem pretty happy to me to be going to Utah. What do you say to people that maybe just don't believe that?
I mean, I control what I control, so how they feel, but to my team and me, me focusing on the basketball and them doing what they doing, so it happens.
Right. Maybe my favorite draft night quote since Perk trying to say Moses Moody.
When you look at Moses Moody.
But Ace wasn't.
Damn, Bert. The fuck?
The only kid who seemed to hate where he landed.
South Carolina.
Watch Colin Murray Boyles here after Toronto was announced.
Look.
Big frown, drops an F-bomb. His girlfriend straight looks like she's hugging somebody at a funeral.
Yo, my dog Cam Brink looks so sad, but she looks so good though. Can we talk about this? I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect, my nigga Murray Bowles, if you ever seen this video, my nigga. I think it's a compliment to Brink, but I ain't gonna front. My son Cam Brink looks so sad, bro. Cause I think in his defense, I'm gonna defend my boy just a little bit. I think what he was mad about wasn't that he got drafted to Toronto. It kind of was that he got drafted to Toronto, but I think it was more or less the fact that he's in another country. You know what I'm saying? Like Brink, I say Cam Brink. I'm sorry, this is not Cam Brink. It's fucking Chloe Kitts. Chloe Kitts, she still played for South Carolina. South Carolina is the south of the U.S. Toronto is the north of the fucking the North American continent, and it's a whole different country. So Chloe gotta go from South Carolina to Toronto, Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like my fault. I ain't mean to say Cam Brink, but Chloe Kitts, she gotta go, like, you know what I'm saying, like the travel thing. And even on the flip side, for him to see his girl, he gotta leave the country, do all this extra shit. Like I think that was more or less like a fuck, like damn, like I didn't want to get drafted to like, you know what I'm saying, to an out of the country squad. Like, let me get drafted to at least anywhere in the league that was in the country. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get drafted to, I'm saying, the one team that's out of the country. I think that's why he was so like, fuck, like he was kind of tight. But I don't think it was that he got drafted. I think people gonna take this out of context because it's the internet. But I think that's more or less what he was tight about, and I think that's why she was tight too. But shout out Chloe Kiss. She look, you know what I'm saying? Fire.
F-bomb. His girlfriend straight looks like she's hugging somebody at a funeral. Okay, maybe he was happy, I don't know, but it didn't look like it. And why are we seeing so many ungrateful dudes? I mean, it used to be all like Danny Wolf's brother here, just crying with emotion. I think what's going on is NIL.
Bro, I made a TikTok on this shit and I didn't post it, bro. It was in my drafts. I literally said NIL is ruining basketball. It's ruining sports. Bro, no cap. NIL got these niggas spoiled, bro. Because these niggas is making millions of dollars before they touch the league and they feel entitled. They feel like, bro, man, I'm gonna go where I want to go. You feel me? It used to be, man, I get drafted. This is the greatest. This is the most fire moment of my life. I'm going to the league. I get to follow in the footsteps of the greats. I get to be, you feel me? Nigga, Kareem got drafted. Magic got drafted. Bird got drafted. Jordan got drafted. Kobe got drafted. Bron got drafted. Curry got drafted. KD got drafted. Like, these niggas draft day happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a dream come true. For these niggas, it's like it's another bump on the road. They already making M's. They making hundreds of thousands of dollars. They driving Uruses already. The Kobe and these motherfuckers, they wasn't driving Uruses until they got to the league, until they got off their rookie contract. They was popped. Jimmy Butler was popped. Anthony Edwards was popped. These niggas was popped. When they got to the league, it was the greatest moment of their life. Trench babies. These niggas ain't trench babies no more. These niggas, they already got mad bread. These niggas, I mean, for all intents and purposes, they really set for life out of college. So now they just looking at the league like it's, man, I don't really care for real. Like, I want to go where I want to go. It's not no, I'm gonna make it do what it got. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it do wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the star. Nah, it's, man, I'm gonna choose where I want to go, and every part of the process, I'm gonna micromanage it to go the way that I want it to go, instead of just letting it be, bro. Living in the moment. I ain't gonna lie, that's a problem. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, it's not necessarily NIL. It might not be. I think the root of the problem in NIL, I think, is just how it shaped people's mindsets. I think NIL has fucked up the mindsets of these players, bro. It's made them more entitled, bro. It's made them feel more entitled, and I think that's gonna be a problem, bro. This ain't gonna be the first draft where it's gonna be a whole lot of players that seem ungrateful, bro. Like, this is supposed to be the happiest moment of or one of the happiest moments of your life, bro. I mean, I would think so. I mean, you you officially became a professional athlete, and these boys is tight. Like, damn, man. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't know. I won't understand it, bro. Like, it does feel like these boys is hella ungrateful, and I'm kind of not fucking with it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, y'all are making yourselves more hated than y'all need to be. Like, y'all already gonna have targets on y'all backs, but now y'all are making people already look at y'all in this light like, man, I don't really even fuck with this young dude, because this young dude think he better than the program. That's the way that's the vibe that y'all giving off. Y'all giving off vibes that y'all are bigger than the program, and nobody's bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's bigger than the program. No funny shit. Like,
players used to be blown away at that bank account about to pop, but now some of these kids have been millionaires for years. So making the NBA is a dream come true, but it doesn't hit in the same way that it used to. So now we're seeing a lot more kids who are unhappy about where they ended up. But we did see some trades. And first, the Grizz got a kid named Cedric Coward, who was playing Division III basketball just a few years ago. Wow. He shoots all the way up to D1, then the number 11 pick in the NBA draft. How amazing is that story? D3? But at 13, the Pelicans make one of the dumbest trades we've seen. So the Pels trade up to number 13 to get Derek Queen, with the Hawks for number 23 and an unprotected first-round pick next year. So they trade up 10 spots and pay an unprotected first-round pick for this? Really? Derek Queen. He might be good, but you don't know. I mean, his comps are Alperen Şengün and Boris Diaw. two of the weirdest NBA players ever. So far from a sure thing, and an unprotected next year, and it's the better pick from either the Pels or the Bucks. This thing could be top 5 easy. Like, just think about the Pelicans. Not gonna have DeJounte Murray most of next year. Zion's health, and they just traded for Jordan Poole. Next year could be Jordan Poole and role players. That pick could go number 1 overall for Derek Queen. Makes no sense. Same though for the Phoenix Suns. At 10, they take Kaman Malak, who is a great kid. Best character in the draft, they say. He is from war-torn South Sudan and super young. But they also traded for Mark Williams, which, health aside, is a great deal. The Suns get Mark for Vasily Micic, the number 29 pick, and the 2029 first-round pick that they got in a trade with Utah. So Mark will be a great pick-and-roll partner for Devin Booker and Jalen Green. He's got the tools to be good on defense. All of this assumes he's healthy, which you can't turn injuries off like in a video game. Remember, Mark Williams is that dude who failed his physical with the Lakers, and the Lakers badly needed a center. They did not fail him for nothing. He ended up playing just 26 minutes per game last year and has played in just 106 out of a possible 246 career games. That is Anthony Davis territory or worse. What are the Suns doing? Oh, and the kicker to all of this, Kaman Malak and Mark Williams are both centers. Yes, they need a center. But have you seen the Suns' depth chart lately? Kinda need a lot of positions. So how are they gonna waste some of the few precious assets that they do have on 2 of the same position? It makes no sense. But the most shocking pick of the night came from Portland. At 16, they trade down to select Hansen Yang, a 7'1" center from China. This is a whole 30 picks ahead of schedule in some projections. Wow. 30 picks. No wonder the first thing he did was go and hug his agent, Rich Paul. So they call this kid the Chinese Jokic, and he's the first player from China taken in almost a decade. One anonymous NBA exec said, "This is the wildest pick I've ever seen. Those jobs up there are on the line." So it's safe to say the Blazers must love this kid. Wow. But this is the full first round. Again, no big trades at the top like we expected, but still a lot went down. Like 3 more French kids, by the way, being taken in the first round. Behringer, Asenge, and Traore. What is going on?
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Now, this, like, you know what's funny? They tried to clown last year's draft and said it was a role player draft. I'm not gonna lie, this draft is looking like a hell of a lot worse, gang. I'm not gonna lie, like, outside of Coop, Dylan, Edgecombe, Ace, I would be willing to say the rest of these motherfuckers just might be role players, bro. Like, I mean, I think we got sleepers. You feel me? Walter Clayton, I think, is a sleeper for sure. I would say Noah is definitely a sleeper for the Bulls. That's actually a pretty good pickup for the Bulls, I think. I'll be willing to say the rest of these boys just might be role players, dog. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, maybe I'll eat my words in a couple years when these boys, you know what I'm saying, start going crazy. But as it stands right now, role players. I ain't gonna lie, role players.
In France. Last year, it was 4 French kids in the draft. And the year before that, we had Wemby and Bilal Koulibaly at 7. France is already playing USA for gold in the Olympics. So Americans better watch out with all this French talent. Now, a lot did not make sense. But every year, we look back on the draft and some NBA GM made some wild decision that paid off. Yeah. We always get like some Kawhi late in the draft or a Giannis who ends up being way better than everybody expected. But the Celtics are doing something unexpected too. We thought that they would trade Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, which they did. But now rumors say Boston is listening to offers on Jaylen Brown and Derek White. You know, if they're not careful, they could ruin this team.
Yeah, I didn't know they was trying to trade JB. Didn't y'all just pay JB $300 million? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The NBA is cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day about this shit, And we was kind of just talking about just the state of the NBA and just kind of how this finals, like, I was so enamored by this finals because I really just loved the Indiana run, and I was just like, I love the underdog and I love the Cinderella story kind of thing. But we were just talking about the overall fact that just the league doesn't have that, like, that feeling, that draw, like, that it had when we had a Warriors and Cavs rivalry. Like, when we had Curry versus Braun, and it really felt like we was watching something. When Kobe was playing the Celtics, and that was a real rivalry. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where the NBA is headed. And I'm just gonna keep it all the way a bean. I don't think it's going in the right direction, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the NBA as a whole, like the draft, is what's the word I'm looking for? I think the draft is the perfect representation of that. You're saying that the league, I don't know what direction. Like, the league is lost, bro. The NBA is lost, bro. I ain't gonna front. I think the NBA is really lost, bro. And niggas need to figure something out. Like, I know the ratings is gonna say otherwise, and bro, sometimes, bro, analytics don't tell the whole story, bro. And I'm gonna be the one to say that, bro. Analytics don't tell the whole story, and I think that's what's ruining a lot of people's perceptions, bro. People think, oh, the ratings is some of the highest they've ever been. It's the most watched finals, the most watched the league's ever been. Bro, sometimes it's the eye test, bro. It's the barbershop talks. It's the general consensus of the people that watch the league, bro. If I was to go outside, the 10 people that I would that consider themselves NBA fans, they probably would tell you, like, they not really fucking with this shit right now. Like, and that means more. Maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but that means more to me than numbers, bro. In some instances, bro. Like, if I had to go in the barbershop and I was to ask people how they feel about the league, and they say, man, this shit is trash, that shit goes a long way, because there's a lot of people that feel like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, numbers. But then, I don't know, bro. You could go this route of men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And then I guess you ain't wrong for saying that too. Like, maybe numbers don't lie, but I don't know, man. League, I don't know what the fuck the NBA is doing, dog. For real. But, hey, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, though, bro. If y'all did, make sure y'all leave a like for me. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. And I'm hollering at y'all next video, man.